I actually started having an interest in jazz music. In high school, I was a jazz major at an arts high school.
So I got into music through Mark. When he first began playing piano, that inspired me to begin learning piano.
Hey, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Paul.
And what are you studying?
Music composition.
How old are you?
20 years old.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Mark Pico.
What do you do?
I'm a songwriter, artist, and musician.
Amazing. Let's check it out.
And then I also started songwriting at the same time. And so I love lots of pop music. I went to USC to study jazz music, and I thought I would kind of continue on the path of being the next Frank Sinatra or Kurt Elling, and that was kind of my goal. But I wanted to stick with pop music kind of as a challenge, because I saw with jazz, part of what jazz is it has no limit and you can just kind of create whatever you want. I kind of liked that pop music had forms and limits and these kinds of tropes that you might see kind of often, because I thought it would be an interesting challenge to squeeze as much of my jazz information, as much of my training, my formal training, into something that was a smaller package, really planned and put together that way. So I thought that'd be interesting. So I've been doing pop music for a couple of years now. The biggest thing USC gave me was like resources and contacts. A community mainly. I mean, for any musician out there, you can make it on your own just by simply taking private lessons with the people you want and then going out and playing a lot of shows, and that's how you make your community. For me, what USC did was it provided me with a lot of mentors to help me out. It gave me lots of resources, places to record, places to practice, places to put shows together. So it was just a lot of good resources, and I made a lot of friends there who are all high-level performers and high-level musicians. If you can get into a place like USC, you're going to be in with a group of amazing musicians. Our big studio is over there. So would you like to come see the studio?
Sure.
Hey, cool. Come on in.
Wow.
So this is the space I work in every day, pretty much. This used to be my bedroom. And I had some instruments in here, but it wasn't easy to focus with, you know, my bed and the guitar in the same room. I'd always want to just kind of be on my bed. So we moved the bed out and we turned it into a workspace. We had instruments scattered throughout the whole house. We brought everything in one room, and it all kind of came together nicely. Like my uncle gave me this piano because he wasn't using it. I've collected guitars and drum and all these things from when I was a kid, when I started doing music. Write songs for my own project, for bands I'm involved with, for artists I write songs for. I write some songs for TV, for films, student films.
Do you want to show us the one you are working on?
Sure. This was a placement I got for a TV show, so you might be familiar with the show Baywatch. So yeah, so I'm going to show you this little snippet of the song. This is a song I got in one of the episodes.
You are beautiful to me, like when sun shines on the sea and its light illuminates and crowns the waves. You are beautiful to me, all your victories, all your pains, and if no one's told you yet, then let me say, you You don't have to be afraid of love anymore. I'm right by your side. You don't have to hide from me. I will love you like nobody's loved you. I will love you with all you deserve. If the world spins you around and you fall, just say where it hurts. I'll be there.
That's cool.
Thank you.
So what are your advice for the people wanting to get into this industry?
My advice would be that understand that this industry, just like many other industries, is very people-based and very relationship-based. You could be really, really good at what you do, but if you're not pleasing to work with, no one's going to want to work with you. So as well as working on your skills, whether you're a music producer, a guitar player, a songwriter, a singer, it doesn't matter what you do, or an audio engineer, work on yourself so that you are personable if you aren't already. Treat people with love and respect. Treat people with kindness. Treat people with patience. Those are the kinds of people I like to work with. I don't work with anybody that's mean and nasty if I don't have to. Because people like having you around, and this is a people business for sure.
Great, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey Paul, what makes you want to be a composer?
So I got into music through Mark. When he first began playing piano, that inspired me to begin learning piano. And from there, I kind of just taught myself, and I began composing on my own. That just kind of turned into this whole thing where I just began composing bigger and bigger pieces. And now I'm doing music at a university.
Which university?
At UCLA. So the music program is pretty good. Everyone I've met there is really nice. I'm working towards being a film composer, so writing music for films. They have a really good film scoring program there, and I really like my instructor. In terms of the academics, it is pretty challenging. Recently, it was named the #1 public university in the country. Classes that aren't music are pretty hard, but I'd say the music classes are pretty interesting. So if you want to be a classical composer, you're doing freelance work, you're writing for commissions. And if you're a film composer, that means you're working with the director, you're writing for either a movie or a TV show or a video game or some kind of media. So your music is put to a picture.
What is the process?
Yeah, so when I'm given a new scene to work on, I look at the scene, I think about what kind of emotion it needs, think about what kind of instruments it needs, kind of just go and I try to improvise something on the piano, and eventually I'll find something that works, and then I'll use that, and then I'll just see if it works well with the scene, and if not, I'll go back and revise it and fix it up.
How's the industry right now?
The industry is very challenging, a lot of competition. It's very difficult to get into, but the process of getting into the film industry is just knowing people, having good connections, putting your work out there. Usually you want to have a portfolio of your work and then send that to a director or producer, and they'll hook you up. I've been composing scores for about a year now. So UCLA has a couple of instructors on their staff that are actually film composers, and I'm currently taking lessons with one of them. And he's a really nice guy. His name is Peter Golub, and he basically gives me new scenes from different movies to score. We kind of use that as practice for scoring for an actual film. I've been given like horror movies, I've been giving adventure movies. I don't know if you've heard of The Martian. I scored a scene from The Martian recently.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
What do you enjoy the most?
Oh, what do I enjoy the most? I'd say the most gratifying part of it is just seeing your music come to life with the picture, and it adds so much to the film, you know, and just seeing how it all works together. And once you have music that works with the picture, it's just so amazing. It all comes together, and it's just one work of art, you know.
And what is the most challenging part?
The most challenging part is probably figuring out how to make the music work with the scene, make sure it's not too intrusive, make sure it's not too complex, or else it'll distract from the music or from the scene. Trying to work out how to make it all fit together. I don't know if I'm allowed to show the films for the rest of the public, but I can show you just other music that I'm working on.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, yeah. So this is a piece that I wrote.
So this is your score?
Yeah, this is my score. This is what you're hearing right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. I don't think I've heard that one.
Yeah. And that's written for piano, clarinet, violin, and cello.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.